Well, hello. Welcome. I'm AnnmarieKelly, an author, the founder of the Victorious Woman Project, and the architect of the 5-year marriage. And I'm excited today to share with you the 5 things you need to know to thrive and succeed as a powerful woman. And the first thing is, be who you really are. You know, we're bombarded all the time with things on social media and advertisements that are telling you who you should be. You know, it's like, well, if you want to do this, this is how you should act, this is how you should be. You will never be better than when you're being who you really are. You know, there's an old cliche, it says, to thine own self be true. Cliches are what they are because they're full of wisdom. When you are being who you really are, when you're true to who you are inside, that's when you are at your very best. And if you want to pump up your power, being somebody else isn't the way you're going to be able to do it. Being who you really are is. So that's the first thing. The second thing is be the leader of your life. I had an experience when I was 22 with an engagement. I was engaged to some man. And at some point I thought, I don't think this is going well. So maybe it's not going to work out. And I called the guy up and I said, let's talk about this. And we did talk about it. And I think that he agreed that things as they were going weren't going really well. And so I to this day, I think if I hadn't said anything, we probably would have gone ahead and got married. It was only 5 months to the wedding. And I think we would have gotten married. And I think we also would have gotten divorced. So instead, we broke up. The story, however, has to do with my father's reaction. What happened that night was that I told my father, and he sort of went ballistic. And it wasn't that he liked the guy so much, but I think what it was is that he really thought that I was on track to do what his generation and his culture said I was supposed to do at 22, and that was to get married. It's not that I didn't want to get married. There were plenty of my friends who were getting married, and just about everybody. So it was a hard decision and it was a hard time. But you know what I learned from that? I learned that my father, who I know loved me and only wanted the best for me, couldn't get past his cultural programming to know what was the best thing for me. And I realized that there was only one person that was going to know what was the best thing for me, and that was me. So it has to do with being the leader of your life. And let me share this with you. If you kind of think of your life like a car, who's in the driver's seat? If you're the one that's in the driver's seat, then you can take that car any place you want to go. But if you're a passenger, then you're sort of relegated to wherever the driver wants to go. So kind of keep that in your mind, that if you are in the driver's seat of your life, know where you want to go and then get yourself there. So that's 2, be the leader of your life. The third thing is grow your victories. In Victorious Woman speak, we say that victory is the stretch you make out of your comfort zone to get from where you are to where you want to be. And we all know stretching out of your comfort zone is not an easy thing. It always means doing things differently, feeling differently, adjusting to something new and different, and learning new skills. But here's the really cool thing about victories. Once you create that victory, you never uncreate it. Once you make that stretch, you can't unstretch. So if you're here and then you make a victory stretch to here, you never go back to here. That stretch is there forever. So that's why we say successes come and go. Victory lasts forever. So be who you are. Be the leader of your life. Grow your victories. The fourth one is forget the naysayers. Everybody will tell you anything that they want. And with social media, it's so easy like to just type something in to say something that is unpleasant or unkind. But let me tell you about opinions. Opinions are the cheapest commodities in the world. Everybody can have one. You don't have to have skill. You don't have to have good thoughts. You don't have to have education. You don't have to have anything. You just have to be able to speak it or type it. And it doesn't mean that it's good. Now, you want to forget about those people. Find your trusted advisors. Those are the people whose opinions will matter because they're skilled and you've chosen them to be the right person for you. The rest of the people, they just want to give you their opinion, and opinions are a very easy way to manipulate other people. So if you have people in your life that are naysayers and they're giving you negative opinions all the time, or opinions that you didn't even ask for, let them find their way out of your life. You don't need them. They're toxic. You don't need toxicity. So forget the naysayers. The last thing is celebrate everything. You know, when I was new in business and my spouse was also new in his business, we used to do a thing once a week that we would get together. We would make an appointment. He would go to his office, I would go to my office. We would make phone calls. Phone calls, we hated doing them. Phone calls to get an appointment with somebody who could help us move our business forward. So what we did to motivate ourselves was whoever was the first person to get an appointment that day got taken out for dinner and a movie that night. Now, I can tell you that we had about 2 pennies to rub together. So dinner and a movie was probably something at a fast food joint and the early bird movie. But it didn't matter. It motivated us to do something we didn't want to do. And it gave us an opportunity to celebrate. And many times, the first person who got that appointment was the one who would do the celebrating. But the other person, by the time we actually got to the end of that time, we would set a definite time to do our work. By the time we got to the end of our time, that person also usually had an appointment. So it gave us an opportunity to really celebrate, as hard as it was at the beginning of our business, to celebrate something really good. So there you have it. Be who you really are. Be the leader of your life. Grow your victories. Forget the naysayers and celebrate everything. I promise you that if you follow those 5 things, that you will not only grow as a powerful woman, but you will create a life that you will love living. And that, my friends, is what I wish for you.